What is an option? Well, an option is a contract to buy or sell a specific financial product known as the option's underlying instrument or underlying asset. So today we're looking at an option chain that represents SPY. The SPY is the ETF, which represents the S&P 500. And currently the price on the S&P 500 as of 20th of April is trading between 708 and 709. So we're looking at an option chain that has an expiration of the same day. So not a lot of time before these options expire, within a few hours actually. And so if we're looking at options that are going to expire within a few hours, and we're looking at the different contracts, let's talk about how an option chain is laid out and then what affects the price. So on the left here, you'll see that we have a purple area, which is on the call side. So these are all the calls. A call represents an option that we expect will appreciate in value as price rises. So if we're trading at 708 now, and we expect the price is going to go up to say 712 or 713, we would buy a call. If on the other hand, we're trading at 708 and we expect prices to drop, then we would buy a put. So the puts are always on the right, calls are always on the left. This is the Thinkorswim platform. So any platform, whether on mobile or desktop, is going to be laid out very similarly to the way this is laid out as an option chain goes. So again, as I mentioned, the purple area represents on the left the calls that are in the money, and the purple area on the right are the puts that are in the money. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that because price is trading right now at 708 and we have options that are trading below that on the call side, we would have higher prices for an option that's at 694 than we do for an option that's at 709. In the case of calls, if we bought the 708 call, we would want price to rise, and as it did, these options would increase in value. Now, the options are always laid out with a bid and an ask. The ask is what we pay for the option, the bid is what we sell it at. You'll see that on both sides for calls and puts. The idea with an option is you want to have a bias about which direction you think the market is going to go, in this case for the SPY. Because it's trading between 708 and 709, these options are priced based on the value that they hold for the next few hours before the expiration date. So let's talk about, in this option chain, how these options are actually priced. So there are two words that are used to describe what goes into an option pricing. They fall under the broad category of intrinsic value and extrinsic value. So the intrinsic value would be represented in this case, since the option is going to expire today, based on a little bit of time that's left, but more specifically the spot price. So if SPY is trading at 708 and we bought a 706 call, which is $2 below where the price currently is, then most of that option's value at 706 is based on the spot price of the difference of 706 and 708, which is where it's currently trading. So that's about $2 of intrinsic value that would be in the 706 call. Now, the exercise price and the strike price come into play when the option gets closer to expiration. So if SPY traded higher in the next 3 or 4 hours before expiration, say to 709 or 710, then a 706 call would have $3 or $4 of value in it, intrinsic value, because of when it's going to get exercised, which would be at the end of the day, and because of the strike that we hold. So again, the difference between the 706 price of the option and the 710, where it's starting to settle at the end of the day, would be $4. So the basic value of that option, 706, would have a $4 value, which is the difference of where price ends up at the end of the day or when we decide to sell it, and where we bought, and what the value was the strike that we bought. So 706 minus 710, $4, it would have $4 of value. Now, so there's some other factors that are calculated in an option pricing: cash flow of the underlying and risk-free rate. We won't talk about those, they're negligible in the option pricing, especially for one that's expiring the same day. Let's talk a little bit about extrinsic value. Now, because these options are expiring the same day, the time factor that's involved is not really much in the pricing of these options. However, if you were to look at expirations out in the future, 2, 3, 4 days or months, then time would become a significant portion of the extrinsic value of an option. The other thing that's factored into an option is volatility. As volatility increases or expands, then the price of an option is going to increase or expand. And so volatility can be a factor, although again, on a same-day expiration, volatility is not going to be much of a factor in its pricing. Now, what do we expect out of an option? If you're looking at a chart of SPY and we anticipate that price is going to move lower, we would buy puts. If we anticipate in short order or in the case of longer duration options that we expect price to appreciate or go up in value, be bullish, then we would buy calls. So that's the basic of options. Options are used for hedging purposes and speculation purposes. We'll be addressing how we can use different structures or strategies in placing option trades to mitigate some of these things that work against us, but to also be able to take advantage of price moving in one direction or the other. Click on the link below and we will share more options strategies with you in the future and how you can take advantage of using options to make money.